How's it going, guys? And welcome back to my garage. Alrighty, so today, that's going to be an interesting one. So, we actually got a new customer job, but unfortunately, it looks like they sent me the wrong barn. So, that's going to be something that we're not going to be able to tackle today just yet. So, what I was thinking, since we are currently jobless and we do have got a little bit of money, we're going to do a little bit of work to the Alamachino over here. As you can see, I did put it up on the two-post lift, and we are going to be changing the wheels. So I've got these OZ Racing Futura rims for the Alamachino. So the plan is those wheels are going to go to the Firebird, which we'll also work on today. I'm going to see if we can build all of the suspension and try and see if this thing is also going to be running and driving today. If that is the case, then we are going to take it over to the paint shop over in Middletown, most probably. And I also wanted to go and have a look at the trailer shop again and see if the trailers are showing up today, because I've saved and reloaded many times, like they have suggested in the Bugs channel for the mod. So I guess we'll have a look at that then. What I still needed to grab is a couple of suspension parts for the Jessie, because I want to see if we lower this thing, if it's going to drive a little bit better again, because currently we are having a little bit of handling issues. Hence we had some let's just call it a little bit of a fender bender for now. So we're going to try and see if we can get that fixed up as well. And I think for the suspension, let's just go ahead and chrome them. This is going to cost us a bit of money. I don't know if we're going to run out of money today, but we'll see, guys, because as I said, we still got that job coming in. So it's going to hopefully give us a little bit more money back in the pocket. And the job is actually to work on a Lada wagon. And the guy's also donating us a very decent looking wolf, which we are going to be fixing up for a giveaway. So that is also something that's going to be coming up relatively soon, hopefully. So we'll see. I don't know yet. But okay, so now that the suspension parts are bought and chromed and ready to rock and roll, we can probably get it installed. However, guys, there is one slight concern that I'm kind of worried about, but let's not worry about it too much. So I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but the game dev is busy with a couple of things, changing the game up quite a bit. So you'll see in the screenshot that I'm about to put on the screen now, that there is going to be quite a lot of changes to the game with regards to textures and all sorts of things that's going to be added. I even read that there's going to be a plasma cutter in the base game, so I don't know really what's going on yet. I haven't looked at it yet, because that would mean if I did go over to the non-player test branch, as they mentioned, it would be probably a bit of an issue for all of our mods. So we might end up losing quite a bit of mods, if not all of them, due to this update. So for that reason, I have decided not to have a look at it just yet. So we are going to carry on with this series of videos as it currently is, with all the mods and everything. And if the new update comes out, it looks like we might actually have to start from scratch again, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. If the mods are going to be broken, then even this shop of ours will be broken, because then that would mean we don't have the dockyard extension, so which is going to be a little bit of an issue. Alright, that fitment looks pretty good. Alright, I was a little bit worried about this. I don't know if we lower it down, if it's going to give us some issues, but okay. I guess we'll see how that turns out. But okay, these wheels are going to go to the Firebird, and I'm going to put on some lower profile tires, not the low profile tires, but just the regular profile tires, because I think it'll look pretty mean on the Firebird if we can get those fitted. That actually looks pretty good. I was actually a little bit worried about the fitment on this, but it seems like we are going to be okay. Alright, let's get this one mounted over here. These rims, I actually had them on the Material Master palette, and I chromed the rim around the edge, or the lip of the rim, and it kind of looks like it's sort of glitching weird a bit. I don't know, but it doesn't look too bad when you stand over here. Like from a distance, it looks good. It looks good from afar, but when you get close to it, it looks far from good, if you know what I mean. But okay. Yeah, let's just bolt down this last one, and yeah, once we stand over here, you can barely see it. So I think it's gonna look pretty nifty, pretty mean. So that is the plan for this truck or this pickup or Alamachino of ours. It's just gonna be lowered, and it's gonna be sitting on those wheels, which actually look pretty damn mean now, come to think of it. All right, so I was thinking other mods that I'm going to do to this thing. We are going to take off the bed cap, because the bed cap is sort of removable and don't really have to have it on all the time. And it kind of makes the truck look a little bit less sporty. Although that is a pretty nice looking bed cap, but we are going to be leaving it off for most of the time, because I think it's going to look a little bit better like that. So other issues I need to address is going to be some dents in the front panels over here, which we banged up a bit. So I'm going to see what the hammer is going to do. It should fix up most of the problems here. Might have to get some new headlights and some new chrome trim. The grille itself looks like it may survive. I don't know. I guess we're going to see. So let's just see what else we can knock out with our trusty old hammer here. There's definitely some inner fender damage going on here. Even the fender itself took a bit of a beating. You can see there by the chrome trim, and we've got a little bit of clipping over there. I don't know if that's really, yeah, it's probably because of the damage, which is a bit of an issue, but we'll see. As I said, I'm not entirely sure yet exactly what I want to do with this, and the chances are we might be losing this truck anyway with the update, so I'll see. It's going to be just a matter of time until the update comes out for the test branch, because we are just on a regular test branch. So I decided not to update to the non-player test branch yet because of this actual series. That's really the only reason why I haven't gone over to it yet. All right, that seems to be empty. And let's just see if we can get all of this sorted out. It's amazing how much damage you can get just by a small little bang like this. We might have to take this thing over to the paint booth to get it fixed up completely. Alright, that seems to be sorted. We might have some problems on the hood as well that I need to address. So let's see if the hammer's got anything to say. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, but there might be some slight damage. And we are going to be repainting this thing just black. I'm going to be taking the signage off as well, because this is no longer going to be our shop truck. It's going to be our show truck. Well, kind of, I guess. We'll see. I don't know yet. Where's the rest of the dents? Okay, that looks like everything. Okay, what else do we have? Some damage to the valance here, probably. I don't know. What is this? What are we trying to fix? Okay, let's grab the wrench. We're going to just take that off, and let me just take the backpack out of my face here as well. So let's take this bumper off and see if the damage is actually the bumper or if it's something else. I don't know. I even think these wheels would look good on the Firebird. Alright, but where's our hammer? Let me just see what else is going on here. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with regards to what's going to need a hammer. What else was showing up here? Was it the bumper? Are you kidding me? Is the freaking bumper fixable with Bondo? Yeah, I don't think... Okay, I think now it's fine. Okay, so it was just the bumper that was slightly banged up still. Okay, now we can get this thing put together again. Like old Humpty Dumpty. And did we bust up the chrome? I don't know, it looks... Yeah, that's busted. This one looks good. Okay, so we're going to replace that wheel arch trim as well. Okay, probably why we're getting a little bit of clipping. I actually think it looks pretty good without the chrome as well, but we'll see. I'll rather just put the chrome back on. Let's just put that in the bed for now. Okay, let's grab some new trim real quick for the front left. Accessories. Catalog seems to be okay again. I really don't know what caused that issue the other day. But okay, it seems to be working quite well again. We also got those pieces of trim that we're going to be installing on this thing. And I wanted to check something because apparently there is this roll bar, which I think might add a little bit of flavor to it. And I don't know how many of these we can actually fit onto there. So I want to just have a quick squeeze at this as well. We are going to get this chromed. Okay, so that's going to look pretty nifty back here. Alright, yeah, just as I thought, that's going to be an issue now. Let's just put it on the floor. Okay, put you back there. Let's get our wrench real quick. Okay, we're going to bolt it down. Should have actually chromed the bolts as well, but what the heck. Okay, so I'm thinking we might be able to fit 4 of these. I forgot these things don't go in the backpack, so we're going to have to carry them one by one. Alright, so we've got a spot for hopefully 4 of these. Let's just see how it's going to look. Okay, so we've got 2 on. I don't know if it's going to take more. If not, then we'll probably just keep these around. But I'm hoping we can mount more of them. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. And I don't really want to mount them to the front. You know what? What the heck? We've got them, so might as well do it. I was kind of thinking maybe I should have chromed these as well. I don't know. But it's fine. It's just going to probably come off again if I don't like the look of it. We still needed to replace the headlights and maybe even the headlight trim, because it looks like those are also a little bit out of whack. Alright, so let's pop this off and pop that off. So they still say 100%, but I think they are definitely tweaked a bit. We're going to need new headlights and headlight bulbs as well. Alright, so let's get these headlights removed first of all. Alright, the busted headlights. 5%. Yeah, that is completely shot. I would call that definitely broken. Alright, same with that one. Let's just check the headlight bulbs in these if they are still intact. It looks like it. Okay, what's the condition of these? 94%. They should still work. Alright, so let's quickly grab this trim. We've got all the trim we need to put back onto this thing. Right, rear right. I think this is going to look quite fancy, guys. And obviously, if we wanted to mount the cap back on, we're going to have to take this off. Otherwise, it's going to look pretty weird. But we'll see. We'll see here in just a second. And I think the trail edge can stay. That actually adds a little bit of character to it. Alright, so now we need to get the 2 headlights for this side and some chrome trims. And then all the headlights for the attachments, or the spotlights as they call it. Right, so 2 of those. And let's see. Okay, so we've got the chromed ones. And we're going to need 2 boxes of those. Okay, let's get the light bulbs into these, first of all. Right, there we go. Yeah, these spotlights are going to definitely improve the lighting of the truck as well. It's going to look pretty mean. Okay, and then we still need the 2 headlights. Okay, regular headlights. Right, let's see, where are they? Okay, we've got that. Okay, pop you in there, pop you in there. Okay, let's not put this in a backpack, because I know light bulbs like to disappear if you put stuff in your backpack, which is actually a game bug, I think, but it's okay. We'll just solve it without putting it in our backpack then, I guess. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I think the other ones, they just sort of pop into place. Let's pop that into there. Alright, come on. There we go. A lot of running up and down in the shop. Can go sprinting around a bit. Okay, pop that into there. Let's grab this one. It's going to go into there. Alrighty. Pretty mean looking, pretty nifty. Right, let's get our chrome trim pieces here. Alrighty, and the last one. Alright, so I think that is job done. Looks pretty good, pretty neat. Alright, so now we've got all of this crap to get rid of, which won't go in the backpack. Okay, these should have gone in the backpack, but okay, you know what? We'll do the cleanup afterwards off camera, or we'll see if I'm bored after doing all of the work. We'll see if we do a little bit of cleanup. Depends on the time, and if we have to keep ourselves busy for that 1 hour mark, guys, because that is what we are trying to achieve here, is doing a 1 hour video where I hopefully try and entertain you guys a bit and just make you watch everything that I'm doing. Alright, gonna get this thing fired up now. And yes, guys, I still haven't replaced the gas tank in this thing. The reason being is we still have got a decent amount of fuel in this truck, so it's just gonna have to keep going, I guess, until we get a half a tank, or well, at least a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Then we'll swap the gas tank and just get it filled up with fresh gasoline. Okay, so the handling is still a bit wonky, even with the lowered suspension, but it's definitely better. It's much better than it was. Alright, just gonna pop this thing into the paint booth real quick. Stop it right over there. Alright, so now we're gonna paint the living crap out of this thing again. We're gonna make it all black. $1,725. Yeah, that's a bit cheaper than going over to Middletown. And that would have fixed all of our issues. And yeah, I noticed we've got a tiny bit of clipping there. You know what? But it doesn't look too bad. It is what it is, guys. I mean, it's all modded parts and stuff. And I think it looks good still. Alright, I noticed my screwdriver and pry tool actually fell down. So yeah, this is our Alamachino. Sort of a show truck at the moment. I think it looks pretty good. So this thing is going to be definitely cherished and babied for as long as we can. So the only thing that we might actually lose with the update would be the wheels and maybe the engine. But we'll see. I don't know yet. And all of the chromed Chevy SS parts and stuff like that might not work still with the update. But I guess we'll figure it out once we get to that part. But okay, so there she is, guys, and let's just park it up right over here for now. And I mean, just look at this thing now. Yeah, I don't really like the spotlights at the front. Those can probably come off again. I think we should rather just remove those. It looks a little bit out of place. Alright. Yeah, this is going to come off eventually. I wonder if these will go on the Firebird, but yeah, I don't want to put them on the Firebird either. They might go on the box truck, you know, come to think of it. We've got our beautiful box truck that Dactyl Gaming, JD, built for us. Alright, so that's on the bumper. Can we get it on the bull bar or the bumper guard? Yeah, that'll actually work on the box truck, so let's go ahead and pop those onto the box truck outside, rather. Alright, there's the other one. Alright, let's pop this one on as well. Okay. Now that is that. Okay, that looks wrong. That is definitely in the wrong place. So you can actually get 4 spotlights on this bull bar or brush guard, or yeah, I don't really know what to call this thing. It's like I call it a bull bar. That's what we call it in South Africa, a bull bar. Alright guys, so yeah, maybe give me some comments down below. What do you guys think of the Alamachino now with its new wheels, lowered suspension, and with the beautiful chrome roll bar in the back? So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. Actually looks pretty good. I think it looks relatively decent. We still need to wash it maybe, because we've got some dirt along the sides here from driving at the beach. But overall, I don't think it looks too bad. It looks relatively good. I like it. So yes, that is it. Okay, so what we need to do now is gather our tools, because now everything is kind of just everywhere. Can probably pick this up. Just put that in the back there for now. Oh, where the heck did my... Oh, there it is. There's the wrench. Alright, so I think we've got a full-ish toolbox. Looks like everything is there. Okay, so now we need to buy suspension for the Firebird over there. So I decided maybe to rather just buy brand new parts for it. I don't know. The parts that we've got over here aren't that bad. It's just going to be hard for me to know what we've got and what we don't have. So just take a quick mental note. We've got one lower control arm over there. We've got one hub carrier. We've got the two hubs itself, steering link. We've got good brake calipers for the front. They do need some brake pads. And we've got the one exhaust, and we've still got the wires. I did go ahead and buy new wires because I had changed the color of the ground one to black. So, yeah, okay. Let's just focus on suspension then, I guess. So, let's do this, guys. I'm going to put the stuff over here. Alright, so that we can more or less get an idea of what we have and what we still need to buy. Okay, so this is all of the rear suspension. So I think let's start with the rear suspension. We are going to be lowering this thing, so that is going to go with the other ones. Alright, we've got one decent shock absorber. So for the rear, let's just see if we've got any brake parts for the rear. Doesn't look like it. Wait a second, there's a brake caliper here that's 99%. Okay, so we'll probably have to buy some brake pads anyway, so yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's just grab the freaking toolbox again. We're gonna need it over here now, because I'm gonna be doing the suspension purchase now. Go over to, I think it's Bart. You should be able to get all of the parts there. Go over to suspension, and now I don't know if we've got a drive shaft, because I still wanted to check. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got a drive shaft here, so we're going to buy a brand new drive shaft as well for this thing. Do we not have a drive shaft, maybe? No, there's no drive shaft in there, so we're definitely going to need a new drive shaft as well. So that is kind of considered rear suspension stuff, in my opinion. Alright, so we're going to need a new rear axle and one rear shock absorber. And what else did I want to get? The lowered leaf springs. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just keep the suspension black on the Firebird. So, what was my color code again? I think it was 30, 30, 30. Yeah, 30 times 3. Okay, so let's do that. Kind of looks like very close. Not exactly, but very close. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the same with this one. Alright, definitely saving a bit of money. Okay, so now we still need to buy the brake discs and the other caliper for the rear right. Alright, and a handbrake cable, and we still need to decide differential. What we're going to do with regards to differential. We've got some brake lines. I think we still needed one. Okay, so we'll buy that. What's our brake booster situation? Okay, so a non-existent at the moment, so we're going to need a brake booster and the main brake line. All right, let's buy that and buy that. Okay, so let's start figuring stuff out here. So we're going to take out the brake pads from that caliper as well. So okay, let's start with that, I guess. Although these ones aren't really bad. That one's a little bit more worn, but okay. So what I'm going to do with this, we're just going to pop this onto our brake shelf over here. I actually forgot about these. You know what? We are doing what we're doing. Okay, let's just carry on, guys, because otherwise we're going to be spending a whole lot of time buying stuff. I still need to get the diff, or the differential. So I think let's do a 3.2, a regular one. We don't want the lock differential. I don't know. Do you want the lock differential when you're building a drag race car? Maybe. I don't know. Because I always think that a lock differential is more for like off-road purposes or for drifting. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, guys. But okay. I'm just going to build this thing, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. All right, let's zip this up as well. The hub on this side. Okay, I think we've got it. Yeah, I heard the bolt, so yeah, that is done. Okay, let's pop the handbrake cable on here. Okay, that is looking good. All right, now those things are going to go onto the vehicle along with those, and brake pads, rear left, rear right. Okay, let's put this together. Oh, come on. All right, there is the brake hose or brake line. Okay, brake pads. Let's get these in. Ah, yeah, I'm very clever. Didn't even buy the brake discs yet. Oh, would you go in there, for crying out loud? Okay, let's get the brake discs real quick. Brakes. I was looking at it, but I didn't buy it. Alright, silly me, but there we go. Right, so that is our brake discs. They can actually go on. We can get these zipped down. And the money situation seems to be okay. We've still got a little bit over 10 grand. Which is, you know, good. Which side is which? Okay, that's the passenger side. Over here. You can sort of figure it out by looking at where the handbrake cable goes towards. Okay, there's the driver's side. Okay, so that is that. So let's go and get this mounted to our Firebird. Alright, let's go up a tiny bit. Whoa, hey, calm down there. I was actually surprised to see this thing didn't explode. Because, yeah, remember we cut off the firewall in the last episode, and it kind of went all weird on us. We can call it that. But fortunately, it looks like the car's still in one piece. Well, considering all the parts that it still needs. But yeah, it didn't blow up as such. Okay, so that is done. Let's grab our rear axle. Okay, pop you in there, and we'll just bolt it down on the U-bolts over here. And also on this side. Alright, let's grab our shock absorbers and main brake line and all of the other goodies that goes along with it. Alright, come to think of it, I might actually need some brake fluid. Do I have brake fluid? Okay, you know what? Let's not get distracted with that just yet. We will get to it when we get to it. Alright, is this still bolted down? Everything looks relatively good. As I said, I'm not going to be bothered with parts that looks good on this car. It's just the suspension and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure it is going to be tip-top. Hence we are doing this. Okay, rear suspension is put together. Let's get this thing mounted while we are at it. You know what? Maybe let's do something a little bit funky with this. What is that? That is that part. That can be chromed. Okay, what is this? Oh, crying out loud. What the heck am I doing? Okay. So we're going to do our yellow color on this thing. Triple F. And apply. Okay, so we've got a chrome and yellow brake booster. Which is going to look very schmancy. Alright, let's see if we can get it zipped down. Okay, just like that. We've got our brake line. Oh, for crying out loud, dude. Would you like just cooperate with me? Okay, there we go. Alright, let's not forget our brake hoses at the back here. Alright, zip those down. So the brakes will be good once we get all of the fluids and stuff put into it as well. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty good. We're gonna change the tires on this. It looks like we are taking a trip to the shop with the Alamachino. You know what? Let's leave the cleanup for later. I'm just gonna take that out again. That's probably the third time that I've touched that thing since the start of this episode, and this can go straight into the bin for now. Okay, so we're gonna be swapping the tires on these. You know what? Let's be clever about this. Let's just take the tires off. 98%. So they definitely wear, although they are not extremely worn. That looks like the thing gets a little bit weird with the collisions if you install it. It's just for looks. It's not really functionable in any way, shape or form. But we should still manage to get 4 rims at the back of the Alamachino. I don't think we're going to use the box truck for this. It would definitely be a little bit of overkill driving the box truck over there for a couple of tires. So, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that the Alamachino would still be used for. It's just getting wheels on tires and stuff locally, you know. But going to the junkyard, I think the box truck would definitely do. But yeah, we haven't been to the junkyard in ages, actually. We need to maybe have a look at getting ourselves another project at some point. Alright, so this is going to go over to the tire shop. To the gentleman shop over there. Okay, wrench. Come on. Okay, so now we need to tackle front suspension. Alright, so we need... this hub carrier is 80%, which is good. Steering link, brake line. And we've got... Okay, you know what? Let's do this while we are here, standing by it. So we don't need brake... Oh, for crying out loud. Dude, can you, like, get out of my way here? Okay, so... Here's the caliper. Let's put this hose onto it. Come on, let's just get this. Okay, so that can go onto there. That we know is going to be fine. Now, I hope this isn't going to bug out, because now I forgot. Brake pads might be weird. We already bought the cross member, so this can actually go back on. So we just need the one for the left. Okay, lower control arm for the left. Let's get all of this out of the backpack. And what's the verdict? Okay, we are still looking good. Alright, that one didn't have any pads in it. So this one had pads in it. Alright, that one is 51%. Alright, that's junk. Let's just put it by the junk pile over there for now. Okay, and the other one can go onto the shelf because it's at least 75%. Hey, we still got a couple of things laying around. Okay, you know what? Let's not get too distracted. Let me just see what I need to buy. Basically everything. Okay, suspension. While we are on the brakes, might as well grab the brake stuff. That's what we need. Okay, let's go back to suspension. And now we need to do our front suspension. So we've got the cross member in double M. Okay, we've got the left hub carrier. Okay, so we need the right hand hub carrier. We've got both hubs. We need this lower control arm. We need the 2 front shock absorbers. Those parts are already bought and installed. We need strut rods. We need tie rods. Lowered torsion bars, which are these ones. Okay, and those are going to be red. So we're going to change the color of this to black. Our famous 30-30 color code. No, that's the wrong color code. Okay, 30-30-30. Alright, apply and get you installed. Okay, we still have got the old ones installed. Okay, so we're going to have to pop those out with the pry tool. Yeah, we never took these out, but okay, they are definitely not good. And this one, let's see if this is... Ah, for crying out loud, now we freaking take the carpet out. That one's also a bit busted, so... Luckily we got new ones coming in, so that's good. Let's just pop this onto there. Right. Turn it to black. Change it black. Okay, and you can go in there. Okay, we still need to get exhausts. I mustn't forget the exhaust. Okay. So now this is going to be a little bit of an issue. Putting all of this onto the car all the way over there. But it's fine. We'll just put it in our backpack, I guess. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, to the backpack you go. We can probably get the tie rods mounted to this. So we've got one part to carry over. Alrighty, and there we go. Let's put this onto here. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. It's not clipping through the engine. Okay, hub carriers are going to go on next. Okay, strut rods. Can we put these in our backpack? Yes, we can. Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, I don't want to risk it with the brake calipers. So we're going to just carry these over one by one. Once we are ready for them. Because they kind of need to go on last. Okay. Alright, let's do this now. We've got our lower control arm front left that we need to mount over there. We'll zip that down. Let's get the strut rods in. Okay, strut rod on this side. Okay, towards the front, of course. Front left hub carrier can go on now. Bolted down there and on the tie rod. I forgot the upper control arms. Okay. Still got to go and buy those. Alrighty, guys. But yeah, we are definitely getting there. Slowly but surely. Alright, let's do this side. Alright, that's magic. Great stuff, great stuff. Brake discs can go on. Alright, and there that is. Okay, we'll just leave the wrench there. Okay, let's grab our screwdriver, and I need to buy upper control arms. These ones. Okay, looks like our money situation is going to make it. Alright, let me carry this over. That's front left. Zip you down real quick. And we'll zip you down. Okay, we can take our screwdriver back and grab the caliper. Okay, this caliper can go on here. Well, no. On here. Okay, let's zip that down. Alright, I still need to buy some coolant as well, because we don't have coolant in the radiator. Alright, and let's get these upper control arms installed last but not least. Okay, and zip that down. Okay, put that into there. Alright, perfect, guys. So I've been getting some questions about this mod. People are asking where can they get it, and unfortunately it's not available. It's private. Exhausts. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the stock exhausts, but I'm going to black them out. Okay, so this is the right hand side. So let's put that onto there, and we're going to buy the left hand side one real quick. And just pop that on as well if we can get through our door. Alright, V8. Bart engine. Now, just need to be mindful of this because there are different exhausts available for the Bart. So let's just see if they actually show up here. See, those ones are not the right ones. Might have to go over to Chad, I think. Yeah, let's go over to the Chad because we are using Chad's exhausts on this car. Just gotta keep an eye out for them. Those are the ones for the Bart as well. So these ones we are looking for are probably down a bit in the list. I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. Okay. Exhaust left. Okay, so that's the... Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, pop you onto there. We're gonna change the color to black as well. Okay, relatively good. No, this was for the left. Okay, so pop it onto there, zip it down, and there we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think it looks pretty fancy. And remember, this thing's going to get a paint job relatively soon. Hopefully still in this episode. It's going to be a bit of a road trip, but it's fun, guys. We like road trips, don't we? I mean, who doesn't like getting on the open road with their freshly rebuilt muscle car? I still wanted to check this thing for dents. I don't know if it's got any dents. I doubt it does. It looks relatively straight. Let's just see real quick here. Yeah, nothing going on there with regards to body damage or anything. It's just a couple of rust spots, but that's going to be sorted at the service center when we drive this thing over there. Also going to go and have a look at the trailers. So I think what we need to do now is we need to go and buy some coolant. We've got some brake fluid here. I don't know if this is a full bottle or what, but okay. Yeah, we need to get some coolant and the tires. And might have to get wheel spacers. I don't know. We'll have to see how those rims are going to fit. I just hope there's not going to be weird collisions here involved. Let's see. No, that seems to be filling quite easily, quite well. No issues at all. And stop right there. That'll be fine. Okay, let's just double check our oil. But I do recall I did do the oil. Okay, so the oil is good. It's just the coolant that's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, the coolant is a bit low. Okay, so let me do it like this. Alright, yeah, don't go anywhere. Radiator cap. Okay, let's just grab one of these rims real quick. Because I want to see if we're going to need wheel spacers. Okay, so the front looks kind of okay. We might actually get some narrow spaces, but I'll see. I'll decide whether we do that or not when the wheels are on with tires and all. So let's go ahead and get some tires mounted and just come back and see what it looks like. Okay, fire it up again. Now before we go and sit down, let's just pick up our tools that kind of decided to go a little bit weird here. Where the heck is the screwdriver? It needs to be somewhere over here. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately that is something that happens. And let's just have a look at the gas. Okay, we've got still half tank. Okay, so I'm not going to be taking out the gas tank just yet in this thing. Alright, up and over the bump. Yeah, this thing has got a lot of power, but as I said, luckily it's not going to be a daily driver anymore. It's going to be kind of a show truck just to do these types of things. Like get some new wheels and tires mounted. And there was that lag spike again. As always, at that same specific spot, guys. I don't know what it is. And maybe drop me some comments down below if you also get a lag spike when you get to that specific spot. Just turning right from down there. So yeah, I would like to know that.
Need anything?
Yes, but I am here for some tires. Alright, so we're going to be getting these ones. That's perfect. So we've got 4 of these and just gonna get them mounted up. Real good. That looks pretty neat. Alright, we'll just grab them. No, we'll grab them one by one. And luckily this guy's got a tire machine in the shop, so it's a little bit convenient getting that sorted out. Alright, come over here. Alright, so guys, I have finally decided what I'm going to do with the paint job on the Firebird. So we're going to paint it yellow. That was the initial idea with regards to the color of the vehicle. But as for the decals and stuff that I want to do on it, I'm just going to do the Phoenix on the hood. So I've got a couple of those...
Put closed boxes on trailers. I sell them outside.
Okay, thanks for the tip, bud. What it was, I was talking about the decal, yeah, the Phoenix. Yeah, so we've got a couple of Phoenix decals that are going to go, well, I don't know. I'll decide which one I want to put on. But that's something that I'll probably do off camera because it might take me a couple of attempts to get it exactly perfect. But I'm going to be taking the hood off the car for that. So I guess we'll see how it turns out, guys. Yeah, this thing has got a lot of power. Let's get this back to the shop, get the wheels mounted. And before I forget, let's grab some coolant. Alright, that's kind of weird. We kind of get stuck on the curb, but then, yeah, luckily no damage. Alright, we'll just leave the engine running. I mean, we've got some fuel in that gas tank we need to burn out. Alright, 2 bottles should cut it, but you know what, let's get a couple of extra. Just because we are here at the moment and we don't have any other coolant in the shop. Alright, you know what, let's just put it in the backpack, then we know it's safe. Alright, there we go. Doing a bit of a burnout. Put some miles on those brand new tires. Yeah, this thing, it actually rips. I wonder what this thing would do on the drag strip as well. We might have to take it out there at some point and just go and do a couple of runs and see if this 454 with the performance carb does better than the 400 cubic inch with the triple carburetors or the 6-pack. Alright, so you know what? I'm actually dumb. Let me park this thing closer to the car. Alright, back it up, back it up, back it up. There we go. Alright, so let's grab our wheels. Get them on here. Yeah, the fitment looks okay. I don't think we need spacers, guys. We could maybe kick them out a bit, but I want to avoid the clipping, actually. So we'll see what that's going to be all about. Okay, let's grab ourselves a wrench. Or a spanner. Gotta get them all zipped down. Pretty good. Pretty neat. Alright, let's get this zipped down as well. Alright, and I think that is everything done. Now that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, you guys saw what I did back there. Now I closed the freaking hood and the reservoir cap for the radiator wasn't installed. So now that is probably going to be missing, MIA, completely. You know what? It's fine. We'll borrow one from the Alamachino then. Let's see if we can find it, because now, yeah, let the hunt begin. Because now that is a bit of an issue. We don't have the radiator cap. But okay, we'll borrow one off the Alamachino then, I guess. Because we're going to be driving this thing anyway. So, what did I want to do now? Oh, yes, of course. Coolant. Alright. Let's get some coolant in this thing, guys. And then we're going to see if we're going to be able to put the cap from the Alamachino on this thing. Because now I don't know where the heck that cap went. It just went flying because obviously we had to not close the hood, and I did it anyway because I thought we were done, and then I realized, wait a second, we didn't do the coolant yet. So, okay, this is going to take a hot minute. Let me quickly get this sorted out, guys, and I'll bring you back once it's done and we are ready to fire this thing up. Alright, so there we go. The radiator has been topped off, and we just need to steal this off of our Alamachino. Because we don't know where the cap went for this car. So, okay. It's just going to have to be what it is. Okay, the controls for the lift is on this side, Funcle. There we go. Let's bring it down. Close that up. Okay. Need to air the tires up. Whoa, what the heck am I doing? Okay, maybe I should have aired the tires up first before trying to get the lift's arms out from under the car. Okay, this is going to turn real bad if we keep doing this. Okay. Alright, you know what? Let me just air the tires up first of all. Okay, this thing is still set to 2 bar. It should be fine. Okay, let's air it up. Alright, this is also another thing that's going to take a couple of seconds to get sorted. Yeah, we are definitely making good progress on this car today. Okay, yeah, that should reach the other side as well. Alright, and the last one. Okay, that is done. Alright, now let's try and get this thing off of the lift without causing any freaking accidents or damage to this car. Alright, push it a little bit more that side. Okay. And why is the handbrake off? Is it like that's kind of weird. I didn't take the handbrake off this thing, did I? Okay, but let's see. Moment of truth. Does this thing still fire up? Of course it does, because we tested it when we built the engine. Yeah, look at that. That's I don't know. Those wheels look a little too small, eh? I don't know. I think it looks fine. Fine-ish. Would be nice if we had the maybe bigger wheels like the Alamachino's got on it. But okay, guys, let's go on a little bit of a road trip with this thing. It's gonna probably be a little bit of a drive, and yeah, that's the problem with having lowered suspension in your car. Come on, let's just push it forward like that. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go on a road trip, but I do want to fill up with gas first of all. Because we don't have much gas in the tank, because we had to get a jerry can full of gas to fire this thing up last time. So I think it's going to be safer if we just fill it up all the way before we embark on this road trip with this thing. Right, let's turn it off, put up the handbrake. Now, does the handbrake actually... Yes, it does work. Okay. Right, license plate's coming off, and then the cap's coming off, and we're just putting it there. Okay, let's grab this, and we're probably gonna waste a bit of fuel first of all before we get the right sweet spot over here. I don't know. It almost looks as if it's better if we did it with the jerry can, which is a bit of an issue now. We don't have a jerry can here. How does one fill this car with gasoline? Yeah. That comes with having mods, and the mods aren't finished, and okay, you know what, just do it like this then. Just buy another one of these. I should have actually gone and bought the red one from the other shop, but okay. Okay, we're gonna have to fill up the jerry can, because I know this worked. Well, at least it worked in the last episode. Gonna fill up the jerry can. Gonna put the jerry can in the... Why is it... It's still not doing the thing. I did see it there for a brief second, but now... You guys are my witness. This worked in the last episode, right? It's somewhere around about here. So that's so weird. We are wasting a crap ton of money trying to get fuel in this car. Okay, you know what? Let's try one more thing. Let's buy ourselves a wrench here. I don't want to walk all the way back or drive all the way back for this. We're going to remove the gas tank, which is... okay, strangely enough, it's got bolts on the one side. Yeah, looks like it's only on the one side. Okay. Can we get up again? Thanks. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's just a bit of a... Oh, that's too far, probably. Okay. Maybe it's just a little bit of a collision weirdness going on here. See, it doesn't want to fill the freaking gas tank. Alright, definitely having problems with this. Okay, you know what? Looks like we're just gonna have to drive on hopes and prayers here then. Because if we embark on this journey and we run out of fuel, that's gonna be an issue. So I don't know. Let's maybe just take a jerry can of fuel with us anyway, and gonna see what we're gonna do about this, guys. This is a bit of an issue, so I think the car might actually be too low on the ground now for this. Yeah, still not filling. Just pouring gasoline on the freaking ground. Yeah, okay, wait a second. I think I might actually start figuring this out. Okay, so we need to be lower. Where is this freaking trigger for the filling? I don't know. You know what? Let's just hit the freaking road. Does that go in the trunk? Is the trunk collisions of thing? Okay. Alright, you know what? I don't know how much gas we've got in here. Very little, so we'll just keep an eye on it. But I'm going to do this, guys. We are going to make our journey over there. And I don't care if I have to walk back. I want to get this thing sorted out. So let's get over there and hopefully we are going to make it. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And I'll bring you guys back up to speed once we get there, or if we run out of fuel completely, I guess.
I got a cool Camaro in my backyard. Me and Dad just fired up. I'm about to get the keys from him in 2 weeks. About to drive it to college big time. If you wanna ride, you can ride. Said that I'd teach you something. Well, baby, let me show you. A all the way to Z and be what you're missing. C is my company, D like a Detroit diesel. E and El Camino, F and O4G, GTO, baby, let me take you for a ride. A all the way to Z, girl. L, all I got to give is a V8 engine coming red. Fingers on the gears, we're going there, riding around the whole world. Come on, girl, just say you will. Let's go to college on the highway. Let's start it up in the driveway. There's so much I can teach you. I wanna be your professor. Let me take you down the interstate. So many ways I can educate you. How about we start today? You know you want to, baby. Hey, all the way to Z and B.
Alright, right. So here we are, guys. This is the service center. And we are going to get this thing into the paint booth. So far so good. We made it with the fuel that we had in the tank. Let's have a look at that thing. Yeah, it still says it's about a quarter tank. So now we just gotta face this challenge. Because, yeah, lowered suspension is a bit of an issue. Getting the cars into this place. So if ever you are coming here with a lowered car, it's gonna be a little bit of a chore getting up the bumps. But okay, we made it, and now we just need to make sure we change our color code so it's FF 000. That is the color we are painting this thing, and yeah, we've got the rust and the color condition that still needs to go up. So let's get this sorted out just by the click of a button. And then there she is, all painted up in yellow. And the rust has been taken care of. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, everything's sorted. Total value of the vehicle, 19,910 and 57 cents. It's got grey leather interior and it looks relatively good. I think it's pretty neat. And somehow the gas jerry can went through the trunk into the car. Okay. But okay, not to worry about that. That is pretty much what it's all about, guys. I fixed this thing up from a used car. It was a used second-hand vehicle that we bought, and it definitely needed a lot of work, and it's got some unique touches to it now. It's not one of the highest modified vehicles. It's It's one of those stock looking sleeper things, I think, with its 400 cubic inch. But it definitely drives a bit weird as well with the modded engine block. So I think it's just the bug with the custom engines just doing its thing. But alright, what I want to see is if we can get this thing back safely to the workshop. So I'm going to take you guys along for the ride over to the shop once again. And then we are going to see if we make it or not, if we run out of gas. If I'm going to have to abandon this thing, or maybe get it towed back to the garage, and if we're going to be walking back. So I don't know. Let's see if we make it.
Like a Detroit diesel, Alamachino, ethanol, 4G, GTO, baby, let me take you for a ride. Hey, all the way to sea, girl. Hell, all I got to give thee is a V8 engine coming rivet fingers on the gears. We're going there, riding around the whole world. Come on, girl, just say you will. Let's go to college on the highway. Let's start it up in the driveway. There's so much I can teach you. I wanna be your professor. Let me take you down the interstate. So many ways I can educate you. How about we start today? You know you want to, baby. Hey, all the way to Z and be what you're missing. C is my company, D like a Detroit diesel.
Alrighty guys, so yes, I got so distracted with the the problem that we have with the gasoline not being filled up. I forgot to go and have a look at the trailers to see if the trailers actually spawned for us today. But yeah, looks like that's just going to be something we're going to have a look at in another episode, because we are pretty much on our 1 hour mark for this video, guys. And let's just take a little bit of time, a moment to take everything in that what we have done today with this thing. The paint job was actually a bit of a cheat because we had to go over to Middletown to get it done, but I think it still looks relatively good without even having any decals on it. So yeah, I like the color. I like the two-tone on the engine. It's definitely nice with the black and yellow. And as I said, I am going to be putting the Phoenix on the hood. So we've got a couple of options of those. I'm going to see which one's going to look the best. Are we missing some glass in the doors, or are there... Yeah, there is glass on the door. Can we actually tint that? Let's see if this is going to work. Tint that one. Tint the rear glass, which doesn't tint. And then this one. Okay, so that tinted. So you can barely see the glass, but there is glass in here. Alright, so the two side windows are tinted. I think the tint might be inverted on this. It said it tinted it. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be showing up. But okay, it might also be because it's dark. But alright, I think it turned out pretty good, guys. So drop your comments down below. What do you think of the Firebird 1979? Did it turn out decent? Does it look okay? What would you change on it? Would you change the wheels? Would you change the tires only? Would you maybe put spacers on it? Because it looks like we might actually clear the arches, even if we did put on some spacers. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to hear from you guys. So I'm going to thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate every view, every like, guys. And also I had to ask, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, I will see you all in the next one.